In the rolling hills of the Central Plains in North America lives a rare species of the Magio-sapien. Commonly known as the wizard, he is found mostly in Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, and Iowa. The North American wizard prefers a temperate climate because of the variety of seasons. He is well prepared for the chilly winters with his heavy cloak and the hot summers with his shaded dwelling. The North American wizards of the Midwest find shelter in small wooded areas surrounded by farmland. They will make camp during the winter months and take shelter in caves through the winter. It is early spring, and the adult wizard is still getting settled into his camp for the warm months. In addition, he appears to have taken on an apprentice. Most wizards will train at least one younger wizard in their lifetime.
A young wizard will wander into an older wizard's campsite looking for a mentor, possibly a warm meal as well. This usually happens in the spring when the young wizards have been banished from their villages. They're oftentimes discovered when their boredom drives them into mischief, which in turn causes their magical abilities to be found out.
The young wizard is learning his place. His mentor will teach him a few spells during these early days. But mostly our young wizard will be doing the mundane chores his master likes least. Because wizards tend to live alone, or only in pairs of master and apprentice, they do not require large amounts of food. A small animal such as a rabbit or raccoon will be enough to last a day or so. Wizards are capable of hunting down their dinner on foot, but they are also skilled in trapping, just in case. Today the apprentice will be learning to make dinner. His master brings the meat. Hunting and trapping are skills the apprentice will learn when he is older. He has already learned to create a spark, so this will help in building his fire. With the fire started and water hauled from the creek, our young apprentice is ready to start his first attempt at a meal. One mistake most new cooks make is a high fire and burnt results. This young wizard is no different. He will be left to make do with what he can get from his failure. His master will find an alternate source of nourishment.
Wizards do not have much patience for their apprentices' mistakes. An older wizard will let his apprentice to suffer his own consequences alone, knowing that the solitary life of a wizard usually does not provide a companion to share hardships with. Even within the shelter of an apprenticeship, there is room for the school of hard knocks.
This morning, the elder wizard has been especially busy. It is now evident that he has been preparing for the young wizard's hat ceremony. The hat ceremony indicates to the young wizard that he is ready to move on to more advanced spells. He will now be able to practice alchemy and take an hour for independent study each day.
So ridiculous. Transformers.
An intermediate apprentice will be allowed to choose a few subjects he'd like to learn about. It's important at this stage for a wizard to discover what direction he might like to go with in his training as he advances.
His master has fixed a special breakfast soup. They must drink it together. It is bitter. Now the master will go through a short ceremony before presenting the young apprentice with his very own wizard hat. Our young wizard appears to be keeping watch while his master takes a nap. This provides a little extra free study time, but he must be alert.
I'm going to approach the young wizard to see how he responds. Just in case something goes wrong, I've brought along technology. Wizards are terrified of human technology. They're afraid it's some evil forged only for the purpose of destruction. Or another, in Dilbert's words, dominate with technological superiority.
The elder wizard is very protective of his apprentice and his campsite. To protect oneself from a wizard attack, it is best to have technology on hand. Things that play sound are especially effective. This morning, the restless youth is up early. His master is not pleasant when woken up, so he must entertain himself quietly. There appears to be trouble on the horizon. Poachers. Wizards are hunted for their fine pelts and the magical artifacts that can be plundered from their dwellings. Our elder wizard is getting very sick of being woken up by strangers. He displays his dominance with his staff raised in the air and large sleeves fully extended. To add fright, the low sound he makes will become louder and louder. The poachers are no amateurs. They come prepared with magical mirrors capable of redirecting the wizard's attack. Fortunately, we made sure to call local rangers as soon as we saw trouble. The rangers will be back later to check on the wizards and make sure they were not harmed. It has been a long day for our young apprentice. It is good he can now get some rest. His master is thankful for the rangers. Without them, he may not have been alive to enjoy another day training his apprentice.